friends, welcome back to my channel. My name's Marie. Today I have a collaboration going with a special friend of mine, Reagan Hart from the YouTube channel Reagan Hart. I first met Reagan about 2 years ago, I think, on Instagram. I was immediately drawn to her because she was silly and smart. So she's naturally my kind of gal. She's traveled the world, she's had diverse experiences, and all of that brings such a value to the green beauty community. And I really appreciate her because I feel like green beauty has an actual YouTube star. She definitely has the experience and the knowledge to really represent our community well, in my opinion. So I was beyond flattered when she wanted to do a collaboration with me. She wanted to put something positive out there, and she said, let's do our favorite skincare ingredients. Another thing right up my alley. So here we go, let's jump in. Number one, so let's start with the best. Let's start with the top, because there's no guarantee that you're gonna watch this entire video. So number one, my favorite game-changing skincare ingredient is alpha hydroxy acids. In November of 2018, I started using a serious big girl acid with a pH of 3.2 from Garden of Wisdom. It is their 10% fruit acid exfoliating pads. The pads are pretty simple, but they are pretty potent. Here's the thing about alpha hydroxy acids. Is they get in and they break down the bonds or the glue between the keratinite cells that make up your skin. So they help to slough off dead skin, they help to brighten skin, they help to relieve clogged pores. So I noticed that when I started using alpha hydroxy acids, I no longer felt like I had this extremely dry skin that could never be moisturized. All of a sudden I was using less and less product. Even to this day now, 1 year plus later, I'm using less product than I ever have in my life, and my skin is staying hydrated. One of the other things that I did, which is the topic of another video, was I switched to using an oil-based mineral sunscreen. So prior to that, I had been using like day creams that are like really light lotions where they've put SPF in it, and I noticed that that excessive amount of zinc and titanium oxide were also drying out my skin. But like I said, that's a topic of another video. All right, number two, what is a skincare ingredient that delivers an amazing bang for your buck? That is vegetable glycerin. Vegetable glycerin is actually a byproduct of oils. It's basically just straight sugary substance. But when you put it on skin, it's amazingly hydrated. So you're gonna see it in sheet masks, you'll see it in hydrating toners. And the thing is everyone always jumps to hyaluronic acid because hyaluronic acid pulls water to the skin and holds moisture there. However, sometimes you don't feel like it really does much. When I use like just a hydrosol that's had hyaluronic acid added to it, or even some of the more simpler or more complicated formulas, I still don't get the hydration that I get from just using simple glycerin with a hydrosol, or using a product that has a higher amount of glycerin, 3 to 5%. So this is definitely a favorite product of mine. You can mix it into dried up masks. You can mix a drop with your favorite toner to create a more K-beauty style essence. And amazingly enough, there are so many different types of hydrating ingredients out there. And yet I always come back to glycerin because it's the simplest, it's the most straightforward, and it just delivers time after time. All right, number three, white kaolin clay. If you didn't know or you haven't watched my channel, I love a good face mask. I spent almost 2 years creating DIY face masks for a subscription box, and at the end, what I really felt like is what you need is a little bag of white kaolin clay that you can pick up from Garden of Wisdom for around $5. You need some glycerin, you maybe need some vitamin C powder, you maybe need some fruit powders, and that's all you need. White kaolin clay is just beautiful and softening, and it doesn't pull water from your skin the way that some of the more potent clays do, like French green clay or Rossul clay. White kaolin clay, you can paint it on in a gentle layer, and I feel like it just works for all skin types. The beautiful thing about the one that Garden of Wisdom carries is that they list the mesh size, which is 100. So the clay is super fine, it's super smooth, it's super gentle, and when you remove it, your skin just feels amazing. If you want to make the easiest DIY mask that delivers, tablespoon of this, tablespoon of this, I'm telling you, try it. Okay, number 4, oils that are high in vitamin E. Now, in the skincare industry, you're constantly being marketed fancy antioxidant blends, fancy antioxidant products, but the truth of the matter is one of the best antioxidants for our skin is vitamin E. It's really interesting, and I'm surprised that I haven't given it its own video. But what I do have listed below is something from Oregon State University that details vitamin E's role in the body and in the skin, and the way it absorbs topically. Now see, here's the thing about vitamin E, is that it's an oil-soluble vitamin. So there's great evidence that it absorbs really well into the skin. And we know that it's a potent antioxidant because if you look around in any product, they've added synthetic vitamin E to oils to prevent oxidation. So friends, get some oils that are high in vitamin E for your skin. Rice bran oil, sunflower oil are 2 that come to mind. The other really interesting thing is that increasing vitamin E in your diet can also increase vitamin E levels in your skin. So get some vitamin E tablets at Costco and start doing yourself a favor by consuming or applying vitamin E. All right, last but not least, number 5, and that would have to be rose essential oil. I am a sucker for anything rose smelling. And there are 2 oils that I can think of that come to mind that the rose scent is so intoxicating and relaxing to me that I'm just like, I think I would use this product just for the smell alone. And those 2 products would be the Moon Aknari Serum and the Agent Nature Holy Oil. Both of those have such a fresh, potent rose smell that's so intoxicating and relaxing to me. And I find that rose essential oil really does brighten and tone my skin. So whenever I see that in a product, I'm like, yes, thank you. All right, that was it for this video. Go watch Reagan's video. I will link it below. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you guys on Monday. Bye.